This design calls for a raised entertaining area. The entertaining area will be raised with some block edging, which will require a header course around there, and then we'll have some steps leading up to it. So the first step is to modify, offset, pick the circle which denoted the area for entertaining, and we'll right click and pick distance, and we'll say that the offset I'm working in the metric area at the moment, 350 mil offset. So we click and then right click and exit to finish. So this will be a series of blocks around there to contain a paved entertaining area. So there'll be some steps similar to the ones shown on the right, and my constructor likes constructing these steps out of the length is usually 2 meters by the tread width of 400. So what we'll do is pick the rectangle command, draw a rectangle with 2 points, and we'll just arbitrarily pop one down here and then move away. Now, for this we use relative coordinates, the at sign, at 2 meters in the X and a comma 400 in the Y, and enter. And in goes, our drawing colour is red, so in goes our step. And what I can now do is move it into position. So to begin with, we want to attach it to the quadrant, if you like, of that circle. So it's select the new step and right click and move. Our base point, I'm responding to the prompts that I see down in the command area. Base point might be the bottom of that point there. I've got ortho on. I'll take ortho off so that I can move in any direction. And I want to anchor the point there at the quadrant of that circle. That circle has a centre point in 4 quadrants. And this little diamond shape over here is the entity snap that will pick up the quadrant of that circle. So now my step is sitting quite nicely in position, but I want to move I've got snap on at the moment. That's this little red button here. I'll just take that off as well. So it sits nicely there. If we trim, we may or may not want that sort of an effect, but you can clearly select it and move we'll pick a place at centre point. We can move it up in this direction. We can put ortho on now, so it'll stay in that same plane as we go up, and I can click like so. So now I think the step sits in the position that I would want it to be, and then in a little while we'll trim that off. So we might want to say 3 steps. So we pick and we copy and we mark that as a base point, and we go to that point there and right click to finish and unselect all. Now we can select that again and copy in exactly the same way. Copy using this copy base point here, end point there, and finish and unselect all. We now have 3 steps rising up with a tread of 400. We can worry about the riser later. So the next step is to trim at that point.